So close that weekend. But it's Mike coming in from Cavill. We're here. I'm here every single week, every single Thursday, to come in live to help you to get your people right in your business. And we're going to go through one of the big reasons why that's important to get your people right in your business. But ultimately, we're here to help and to support you with educational tools, mechanisms you can put in place in your business now that we're using, that we're implementing in our business or within our clients' businesses to help and support you for free when you come in onto this particular call. So thank you if you're coming in live, and thank you if you're watching this recorded or on our training platform as well, which is fantastic. And I'll go through that in a bit as well. For those of you that don't know me very well or have had very limited contact with me through the social media platforms that we're currently going live out to right now at the moment in time, I just want to give you a bit of a background about me, who I am, and what gives me the right to even come on and talk about this and offer this advice. Who am I and what gives me this ability to be able to talk to you about this? Why should you even bother listening to me? And that's a really good question. I ask myself that a lot of the time. Why should I listen to me? But for me, I've worked in HR pretty much most, if not the majority / all of my working life, give or take my times at university, bless me. But yeah, I've worked in HR for over 18 years. I've worked in industries, multiple different industries, especially through the organization that we have now. Through Cavill, we've been operating in many, many, many different industries, ranging from charities, hospitality, God bless the NHS. So I've been doing quite a lot of work there in my past, in my history, all the way through to football organizations, etc., that we've been working for and providing support to those businesses to help them get their people right. My background is that, in effect, back in 2015-ish, / the end of 2014, I went through basically a twin life-changing kind of process. Life-changing, not as in I've had a major accident and I've had life-changing outcomes, but just life-changing issues that came up for me at that particular time that kind of put me into the pathway that I am on at the moment in time. The first one of those was the moment at that particular time I was going through a really, really difficult relationship breakup that involved my children. That are everything to me, by the way. I always say I'm a dad first. Everything else comes second, third, and fourth, and so on. Dad number one. That's my number one job in the world, and I love it. Best thing in the world, and I absolutely love my girls. So that was the first part. The second part was I was actually commuting to a job that I couldn't stand. I couldn't stand it. It was a horrible bitch of a commute, traveling about 4 hours a day, 2 trains, bus, walking to an organization and a role that I didn't like, for a business, for a manager I couldn't stand. I just couldn't actively stand working with that person. They were outside of the working environment, a lovely person, weirdly enough, but they were completely different. It was a different personality. It was what we now term the management zombie. When they came into the working environment, it was insane trying to work for that particular person. And at those 2 moments of time, that when those 2 events kind of occurred simultaneously for me in my life, I went through really a very dark patch. Where I didn't really see much light at the end of the tunnel, if I'm honest. I got really, really depressed, really down as to life, work, everything that was going on at that moment in time. It just seemed like everything, perfect storm, everything at the same time. And I realized, in actual fact, it was a blessing in disguise in a lot of ways, because it helped me to formulate that one of the key things, the biggest thing to me in my world, is family. It's massive. It's everything. And I was unhappy with the environment that I was working, and I felt that, in actual fact, you could get a sense of that belonging, family feel within the environment you work in, and the fact that everybody has the right. Everybody in this day and age just simply has the damn right to work in a place they want to belong to, and you should have that, because if you're not, then the amount of time you're spending there, you will equally also be depressed or on your road to it. And it's no environment for you, but equally, it doesn't work for a business. So, long story short, there, or short story long, maybe, that's kind of what qualifies me to be able to come on and talk to you today about what we're doing. We've been helping businesses across the UK with their HR and supporting them on their staffing issues and getting their people right. And today I want to come on and talk about one of our other core values. So, obviously, number one is family. Yes, absolutely. Number two for me is all about teams. So, teams is an integral part. There's a reason we have that as one of our core values. And people say to me, it sounds a little bit random, teams is a core value. Well, it is, because at the end of the day, we know that, look, if you take the biggest people like Jeff Bezos or Elon Musk, or I'm trying to think of other names now. But if you take those kind of Richard Branson, those people, they're fantastic. They're the face of what they provide and what they do, but they don't do it alone. They've never done it alone, and they could never do it alone. They need a team, a village of people. People like Richard Branson, with the amount of businesses that he's involved in, he has a multitude, a wealth of a lot of people that are working below him that's helping to make that a success, that's driving that forward. Richard Branson is only successful and is only as good as the people within the teams around him that's driving that forward. So we know 100%, whatever business you're in, whether you're a one-man band, whether you've got 100 staff, whether you've got 1,000 staff, it makes zero difference. We know that the success of every business, and we also know equally the failure of every business, is predicated on the strength of the people within your teams, within your business. So one of the things I always do, I love rugby, by the way. Anyone who knows me, I love rugby. Come on, you Quins. Slightly diverged there. But yeah, for me, I always come back to roughly around about, in terms of rugby cycles, the 2015 World Cup, England playing at home. And, there's a lot of anticipation. Home World Cup, first one since 1991. Stuart Lancaster was the coach at the time. And we went out. We were the first and only national team to host an event that includes Japan, to have gone out at the group stages. That's never happened in any of the Rugby World Cups. So, that was quite a calamity for that to happen. Yet, with pretty much mostly exactly the same team, we had a new coach, Eddie Jones, came in, and he transformed it. And within months, so within 6 months, they were winning a Grand Slam. Perfect timing there, right? Within 6 months, they were winning a Grand Slam. And you just think to yourself, that's two completely contrasting outcomes there. But they've got the same people within that team, and they're being managed differently. And what we always tend to say to people is look, when you think about value of your teams, how good your teams are, and the people in your teams, you always think, we've got a post here, we've got a job, whatever the job is, widget manufacturer, maker person. You bring them in, you want the best widget maker that ever exists, right? That's what you want. You want a team of all these Galacticos like Real Madrid. You want these amazing players to all come in. And it's all well and good to have these fantastic, terrific players that come into your team and your business to have a huge impact, and you hope will lift the standards of everybody else around them, right? But what you can tend to find is those people may not fit within your existing culture and team. So if you're bringing in a square peg and shoving it into a round hole, there's no guarantee it's going to fit. And it doesn't matter how good they are. It doesn't matter how much of the holy grail they are in their particular role and their skill set and experience. If they don't fit within your team, it's never going to gel. You'll never maximize the potential from a person that doesn't fit. And ultimately, what we tend to find with a lot of the businesses we talk to, I would say actually all the businesses, let's just get it out there, let's stop beating around the bush. All the businesses we talk to, every single one of them has this issue. That's the wrong person in the wrong role in the wrong business. And guess what? It's not the individual's fault. It's not their fault that they're in the wrong role, wrong business. It's the fact that you put them there. So as a manager, as an owner, as the person who's recruited that individual, that onus of responsibility falls firmly on your shoulders because you placed that person there. But That's fine. Mistakes happen. That's part of the recruitment process. It's what happens next that tends to be where a lot of businesses fall down, and that's taking action to rectify that issue. See, the thing is, people, and I'm going to sound skeptic here, but people don't change. In the life cycle of how long someone's going to be hired by you in your business, the likelihood of them changing all of a sudden, developing into an entirely different human being and personality is really just bloody slim. It's never going to happen, right? So if you've got the wrong person in the wrong role in the wrong business, then it's up to you. It's your responsibility to fix that problem. And sometimes that means taking action on something that just is damn right uncomfortable to do. It's outside of your comfort zone to take that action. And sometimes we are very nervous about that confrontation that is undoubtedly going to come from that. But it's a case of having that acceptance that, look, if this isn't working, if I've got the best, most qualified person in the world, but they just don't fit in our team, then it doesn't really matter if they're the best, most qualified person in the world. They're not going to have any impact in the team that you've got. You either get rid of everybody else and keep him or her, or you get rid of him or her and keep everybody else and start to build people that can work in that team to get the team to work to its best of its capabilities. The last thing you need is a team built of individuals. Just look, what does team mean? What is the emphasis of what a team is? A team is about togetherness. It's about a common cause, a common kind of goal that you're trying to aspire to hit and create and to manufacture. You've got to have that unity that exists there. So if you have people and players in your team, in your family, in your business that aren't working to that aren't fitting in within that particular model, you need to have a real deep, hard look at whether that is something that's going to work in the long term. The value of your success, the very ability for you to succeed is driven by your teams and the people within your teams. So these elements, the team, the reason that's a value, a key value, a core value for us is because with if you don't have a great team without great unity within the people within your business, then ultimately, like I said before, they will drive your success or your failure. If you don't focus on that element and get your teams right and make sure you've got that unity and the culture that fits to you, culture that fits to your business, not everyone, to your business and the teams that you're building and the strategy you're aiming towards, your vision, your values, then in which case they will absolutely drive towards your failure. If you don't focus on that, that's what's going to happen, because you won't survive in a vacuum. People will fill it in. People will create their own kind of culture. And if people aren't fitting and it's not working, that's going to get very poisonous very quick. We always say, and it is true, it sounds horrible again. I always, kind of feel conscious about the fact I'm insulting somebody. Like, oh yeah, your dog's died or something on those sort of lines. I'm not trying to be rude or anything, but the fact of the matter is, it really is true. It only takes one bad apple to spoil the batch. It really is true. And if you get that wrong person, no matter how good they are, no matter how fantastic they are, or maybe even not, and they're in the wrong person, wrong role, wrong business, then it's going to bring everything else down like a house of cards. And that's why things are so fragile. People are complex. It's the most complex area within your business you're going to be likely to deal with. So for this reason, the key component I would say from today is to have a look at your teams, have a look at what is working, what's not working, have a look at the individuals that are within your teams and focus on that. And in that sense of things, when you find or you identify individuals that potentially are not right for the team, then you need to be an action manager. You need to be confident in managing that process, taking that forward and building teams with people within them that have that unity, that can work together. That's the core aspect of your team. That's where your holy grail, that's where your gold is going to be sitting. That's going to help you to drive your business forward. Yes, there's other things that play with that. There's strategies, there's all kind of other principles that come in your marketing, your sales and your finance and all those different bits and pieces. But all of them, by the way, just to categorically clear this up, all of them, by the way, are run by what? Human beings, people. So there is no perfect AI out there that runs a business completely without any human input whatsoever. So that's why this has to be one of the core elements in your business, in your role. If you're a manager, owner, director, supervisor, you need to have this on your agenda of things you need to regularly review and look at. Look, if that's been really helpful for you, and I hope it has, again, we're on a mission to help and support all businesses, underlined, bold, everything, all businesses, to have and create environments that people want to belong to. Now, if this has been of help to you, if you're enjoying this, I've got a couple of favors really to ask of you. One is, please, can you like on the social media channel that you're on, please like or subscribe or follow us for more information. We're doing this every Thursday. Sometimes we have training courses on Thursdays and we do it on a Wednesday, but we're doing this every week, coming to you to help you get your people right. So if you're enjoying this and you're liking this and there's value in this for you, please give us a thumbs up. Please like it. Please, obviously, push this for us as well. We want to help get out to as many people as we possibly can. That's my favor number one. Pretty please. I'm not going to do the big eyes and like Puss in Boots. No, I won't do it. So there is that favor. The second favor that I have to ask is, please, we would love to know what's the biggest issue in your business right now. Just message us. Send me a message on whatever platform it is that you're watching on at the moment in time. Get in contact with us, or you can email us at info@cavalhr.co.uk. Let us know the issues that are really pertinent to you that you would really love for us to go through within one of our training courses. Equally, if you're welcome, if you feel confident and happy enough, we can discuss it live through one of these sessions as well, and invite you into the actual forum and do that live so other people can benefit from that as well in that kind of degree. Look, the other part that I really want to go through really quickly for you as well is, I told you we do regular training. This formulates as part of our training as well. So this all goes onto this particular platform, but we are also adding more training on there every month, every week. This value that we have on there, I discuss every week we come on, we talk about this, the value that we have within our HR Lite service. The thing I love about this service is that always increases. So when we started this off, the value that was in there was just over 20K. Without a shadow of a doubt, that's already increased since we launched this particular service just in February. But the fantastic part about it is the price doesn't increase. The price isn't based on how many staff that you employ. And you get so much material within that. So our HR templates and policies, we're always updating them and improving on those and adding to them as well. You get monthly management training. Like I said, you get to come along to that for free. If you can't attend, that's fine. You get access to it on the system anyway. You, your managers and your teams can go on. You can train. You have to train to maintain is the big thing that we always talk about. You get to go on there and you break the training down into modules. And you get your certificate to show you followed that particular training program. And I would recommend to go back and revisit some of them as well. You also get monthly expert advice with me, our team, to help and support you with any questions and queries that you have, ranging from all the way from investigations down to the real basics of calculating annual leave, which, by the way, there's calculators for on our HR templates. You also get access to our weekly growing content, as we're doing right now, that goes on there. And it's not just these live sessions that are going on there, and it's not just our monthly training courses. There's other sessions that we don't put out and publicize that will be going on there too. And you also get access to our wealth of partners that we have. So we have a whole wealth of partners ranging from occupational health, employee assistance programs, recruitment, insurance, and many more that come on board that you can access as well for you and your business. These are all aspects that are based for you, the small business owner, that will help you that you don't tend to typically have in your business, or accessible to smaller businesses. You tend to have these services more accustomed to more corporate feel businesses, but this is definitely a great starting place on the HR Lite service for the small business owner that's looking to get that regular support for their HR to make sure they're getting their people right, they're keeping their business legally compliant, and actually making sure they're getting the most and progressing their staff in the best way possible. Look, if that's for you, fantastic. You can look at the QR code there as well. I'm just going to try and move my, no, I can't. So in terms of things on that, I'm just going to put that back up again. You can scan the QR code in the corner. That will take you directly to the HR Lite service. So you can scan that. Alternatively, I'm just going to put this back up as well. You can always go and register for a free consultation with me, you lucky devils. Register for a free consultation. Go on to inquiry.cavilhr.co.uk. That's inquiry.cavilhr.co.uk. And you can book up your free consultation and we can talk through this particular platform with you live at that particular session and help you with the issues that you're currently experiencing right now. That's it from me. So I just want to say thank you so much, everyone. I hope you